Good morning, South Florida, and welcome to the breakfast at the Brooklyn Cafe TV.
Take a deep breath and a good whiff of that coffee brewing. Grab yourself some toast, a donut, or any breakfast as Dawn and Freddie get you up and ready for the rest of the day.
So call in at 888-565-1470 to share a tip of the day.
Or just to say good morning. Shake off your sleepies, buckle in, because it's showtime. Wait, ding, ding, ding.
Hold it.
Hold it. Your bell is missing.
Good morning, South Florida. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe. And we are doing things today.
Remotely.
We've never actually had to do this remotely, but we are because of obviously what's going on around us. But give me a second here to catch up.
And what remotely means is we are the only ones here. Our crew is at home and they are running our board. They are running production for us from home. So this is a whole new avenue. We're back in our studio just in case we have to go old school and Freddie's here, but it gives us time to grow and it gives me time to have another anxiety attack. So happy Monday to you.
Happy Monday to you too.
If I fall on the floor and I pass out, just pick me back up. Oh, no, don't. You'll have to stay 6 feet away. Just call 911.
Well, you know, the funny thing about this, you're going to see me get up and down as we're doing the production because there are some adjustments that we have to make. We decided to keep the crew home today for different reasons, and we are now full-fledged remotely. There is one more aspect to this where Dawn and I will be calling in remotely from our respected homes. This is not as easy as it appears to be when you do it with this kind of quality. That's all I'm saying. Can we do the Zoom, doom? Yeah, we can, but what's going to happen is it's going to break up. It's not going to be functional. We tried it over the weekend, and we ran into a whole sort of different problems. The other issue is to get this on the radio, you have to be able to comply with FCC regulations. So what you're seeing is 12 years of my life being put together with my son, and Dawn's been a big part of this. And we are merging this thing, you know why? Because we want to keep the fight. We want to keep it going. You don't want to panic, Missy Fool.
I think it's too late.
Panic is not an acceptable term.
Here's the thing, and I know better, right?
Yeah.
I know that it's all going to be okay. But why does this underlying thing just still creep up? That's what I don't understand.
Because it's called anxiety.
Yeah.
You can't control anxiety. And, you know, I want you to look at something in perspective, okay? The man in the White House, the orange-haired man, has more positive feelings. He's over-positive because he wants to push the country to health than anybody I've ever met. Because he is in the midst, he's in the tiger's mouth. He's being criticized left, right, and center. He's been called a fool. He's been called irresponsible. He's been called a lot of things. And he still says, okay, so it ain't going to be Easter. It'll be July 1st.
May 1st.
May 1st. No, June 1st is what he said. We'll be back on track by June 1st. We just got to keep the fight. We got to keep going. We got to keep going. And did I say we got to keep going? So panic is not an option. Finding different ways of making this work is what we got to do. So we have to learn how to do different things. Teddy's doing a fantastic job at home doing this whole thing. The scientific part of this thing will take care of itself. I got bombarded this week, and Dr. Moskowitz, a lot of doctors called me. I mean, they have things like just using Benadryl can be because of the way it interacts with the lungs and what have you. Everybody has a theory.
Interesting.
I got the whole article. I'll send it to you.
Really? Interesting.
But anyway, welcome to the cafe in the morning.
New normal.
Eat a bagel. Now, the funny thing is, because we know me, I got to add a sense of humor to all this stuff because you know something? You got to keep your spirits up. So go take a shower, go shave. I saw an article where people are asking, do you still shave? But it was for women. So I wrote in, of course I shave.
I was thinking about that.
I said, of course I shave. And the person who put it up said, Mrs. Santori, this is for women. Are women shaving?
I was thinking, why shave your legs if no one's going to see you?
And there you have it.
I was actually thinking that over the weekend, and I was thinking...
Because if you don't shave your legs, you're going to become goony goo-goo.
Yeah, but people have... There's a thing, we should actually get up at some point because we are here and say that our bottoms match our tops because people are wearing...
I thought you were going to shave your bottoms. Go
because
ahead.
People are wearing suits and people from the waist up and the bottoms down, pajamas.
I know.
We could come in one day and do that, actually. Or if we're home, we could do
We
that.
could do the morning show in pajamas, but you got to wear, reasonable pajamas.
Genji and I talked about what
no,
are
that's the
reasonable
wrong
pajamas.
person to talk to.
I think she's the perfect one to talk to. The pajama lady, we'll call her.
We should have 3 other people, and we do the pajama party morning show.
We should. We can give everyone a code, and we can do the morning show in pajamas. Absolutely.
Do a morning show in pajamas. That's true.
But can you wear makeup in pajamas?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we're all good to go.
That's not much. So anyway, one of my hosts that I used to do a show with, I'm not going to use her name because I didn't get permission to use it, but she showed a picture of what happens to a woman when all this stuff you guys do isn't put together. So she must have pasted these false eyelashes.
Eyebrows?
And they were goony goo goo. They looked like Jabba the Hutt. They were like this and unibrowed, like that. And she says, this is what happens when you're quarantined home for 2 weeks. I was dying.
You've seen the eyebrows, the nails, the hair is all gray. Yeah. And I got to tell you, now that we're on this social distancing, everything, at least he said until May 1st, right, is what we're talking about. We're looking at our calendars, and Chelsea and I said last night, well, guess we're going to learn how to do our own nails. Hair, I took care of on Friday. We're going to do the own hair. Nails will be a whole nother level.
Well, I can't do my nails because I can't reach it.
And I did see that pedicure, I know. Well, the thing is, Chelsea's got good eyesight. I don't, so I'll have to be I need nail polish, too. I don't even have nail polish in the house. But again, if that's the biggest thing we have to worry about, we'll all be laughing at this in a couple weeks. Instacart has put out new safeguard measures for their employees. I got an email about that today.
But did you see they're going on strike today?
Well, that is what they said. However, they put new safeguard measures in place. I got an email first thing this morning that they have put things in place. They're paying their employees, even if they're part-time employees. They're paying sick leave. They're paying a lot of things. They've got separate sites just for hand sanitizer, so that won't be coming out of their pockets. It won't be coming out of the massive public as well. So they made arrangements for that, which means now my groceries will come on Saturday. I ordered them this morning at 6:30. Last night at midnight I could not. Last night at midnight, I could not order Amazon Prime either from Whole Foods. Nothing. This morning, once that email came out, they opened up Saturday. So, you know what? I got enough food until Saturday. I don't know why I feel like I need food. I don't eat a lot of food. Everyone has a thing that they hold on to, I think, when they get stressed out. And I clearly don't eat when I get stressed. But for some reason, I feel the need I go back to this mom mode of I need to make sure people in my house are fed. But I don't even have small children. My daughter is a full-fledged adult.
You got large children, they eat a lot of food.
Well, that's a whole nother level. They eat a lot of food. They put a lot of things out on my counter. And for my minimal degree of OCD-ness that I do have a little bit, things on my kitchen counter, when the recycling and things pile up, I start to hyperventilate.
You hyperventilate anyway.
I know. I have a really hard time with all of that, but that's all I can tell you. I think we're chopping and breaking up for whatever reason. Because I see my hands going like this. Go ahead.
I'm going to check. Keep talking. Keep talking.
So that's a whole nother level of what it is. And I know people mean well by sending articles and facts and figures and statistics, but that puts me on a whole nother level of panic also. So I think even social media is making me panic. There needs to be something else to do. So I was thinking about puzzles, because now they say jigsaws are back in again. But that's not social distancing to do a jigsaw puzzle with anyone, because if you have to share the puzzle, you're touching the same thing. So I don't even know what to tell you on that.
Okay, I know why we're yellow. We're breaking up because Leslie's on the box.
Oh, fantastic. But that shouldn't make us break up.
Well, we have some things we have to adjust.
Okay.
But let's bring Leslie into the conversation, because I want to see if this even works.
And I hear it, and there she is. Hey, Leslie, how are you doing?
Hi, guys. Good morning. I'm doing well. Can you hear me okay?
Good morning. I need some of your psyche because I'm a little psycho today.
I know, aren't we all? It is getting very, very crazy, right? You just feel this anxiety and the fear, and now we're going to be inside for much longer. So that is, getting a little bit disturbing. But yes, what we have to do is just stay positive. That's the only thing we can do. And what I'm also thinking is, just take it day by day. I also do this Reiki course. And one of those statements are, just for today, I have no fear. And I'm thinking, if we take it day by day and just say, when we wake up in the morning and just say, just for today, I'm safe. Or just for today, I feel calm. Don't think of the whole month ahead, because that just becomes overwhelming. And once we break it down in little pieces and just say, you know what, just for today, just think of today. That's all we have anyway. That's all that's promised to anyone anyway. You just break it down like that, and then you're going to be able to just feel that calmness come down.
And that lasts for me for about 5 minutes. And I analyze and I do all of these things. And my partner's now left the set. So we're really socially distancing here. What are you looking for? You're looking to lower the bandwidth. Okay. Go. We'll go with that. But here's the thing,
Sure.
and on weekends, Leslie, when people are supposed to be relaxing and regrouping, for me, weekends are harder because your brain can go all these crazy things, and you can sit by the pool and your brain can go crazy places. And you scroll through
Absolutely.
social media
And
a
I
little
think
bit
as we
more and your
can-
brain goes crazy places.
Right, because it's weekend basically, and you have more time. Now you're at work, you're staying busy, and I think that's what everybody needs to do is find those thousands of things that they always wanted to do and never had time. And this way they can actually really sit down and do those things that they needed to do. And I think the puzzle, that you were suggesting is a great idea. We actually have one as well that we're going to pull out. And since I think you're with that family anyway that you're living with, right? So you might as well do the puzzle together, because I don't think we need to social distance in the family if we've been together for 2 weeks already. So we've been together for 2 weeks now, and nobody has any signs or symptoms. So I think puzzling together would be an okay thing. I guess you still wash your hands obviously every time after you touch things. That's always going to be the key. But if we just really stay at home, I hope that we can, get a grip on all this. And staying home is the key. And maybe that we also want to just emphasize and just say, no, just for today, I'm staying home, and just for today, it's safe. And just really relax things, because our mind is so amazing. We can put things in there and it can absolutely go crazy, right? As if you keep over and over reciting, I can't stay in here, I'm going crazy, the kids are driving me nuts, I just can't do it, I can't do it. That's actually what you're instilling. So, if you have to say it once, great, but then catch yourself right away and then repeat 10 positive things and just say, I'm thankful that I'm alive. I'm thankful that I have food. There's so many things that we can all find that we're thankful for, compared to maybe other people who are really, really suffering right now and don't have food, or they're doctors and have to go out into this war zone. And so just always try and see every little bit. Where can you see positivity in everything? Just you have to stay positive for yourself, for your family, and for the world.
You have another Psych-K we can work on today?
Yes, absolutely. So what you want to do is for Psych-K, you always do say it in the I form, in the positive form, and very short. And I want to say something for the body so that we can say, I am healed. And you just always want to say, I am healed, because whatever disease could be out there, if you tell your body that I am healed, that will have the strength to actually fight that disease and be able to just always think, all the cells will just know that they are healed, they're safe, they're healthy. But we just want to do one statement at a time. So I am healed will be a beautiful statement to say for everybody right now. So what you can do, we can do it together if you'd like to do that.
Yes.
We'll just sit down, you cross the bottom of your legs, and you're going to take your arms like this and you fold them, and then you cross them. Yes, exactly. Perfect. I know it seems funny, right? But then you
I feel like a
fold it in
pretzel.
like this if you can. There you go, Dawn. Good job. Try it, Freddie. Try it. Fold it in. There you go.
I went the wrong way, Leslie. I'm in a lot
now
of
do-
pain here. Where's my CBD oil?
And then just take a deep breath in and breathe out. And now repeat over and over in your mind, I am healed. I am healed. I am healed. And you just feel that, and you want to feel that in every cell in your body, and in every single part in your body, in your lungs, in your heart, in your throat, and just tell your cells that you are healed. And then when you've done that, do that for a few minutes until you really feel a calm and a peace come over you. And then you unlock your hands. And the important thing is to put your fingers together like this. Dawn, you see my fingers like that? Perfect. And you just rewrite this to your hard drive that I am healed.
I am
And that's what you
healed.
do, but you do it a little bit, you do it a little bit longer than I did. So that that session where you're sitting and crossing your arms and your legs and you're saying that statement, I am healed. You want to do that maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. And I promise you, that when you do that, after those 4 or 5 minutes, you're going to feel an absolute inner peace come over you. And you're going to be able to handle stress better. Your body is going to be able to handle stress better, because what is building up the immune system is really strengthening your body so that it can fight off outside invaders. And stress, and toxins are also emotional. So if you're in an emotional toxic relationship where somebody's saying something, that is a toxin too. So get rid of that and say, I'm at peace. I can absorb this with ease. So you always want to say positive things to your body, because we are what we project.
Now, Leslie, I wanted to ask you. I got stuff.
You
all
are
over.
so busy, and I moved everything.
Yes,
He's a
I know you moved
busybody
everything
this
to
morning.
my side of the table. And Teddy, if anything, if you keep the preview black, it will say bandwidth. That's what we have. That's what was just sent to me, and it seems to be working. So we should look better. But I wanted to ask you, because the biggest fight right now of healing the body, and this, if I'm wrong, just straighten me out, is to get your mental aspect in point, which is a whole lot better than healing your body, a whole lot harder than healing your body.
Right.
And it's the example we've always used. If a doctor tells you got 2 days to live, you get sicker than when you were before you walked into the place, right? So I think that what I want to also emphasize is that she has a way of taking toxins out of the body. We have a banner and everything else that we made because we wanted to put a whole program together. What I wanted to do was to have more input from Leslie and from other people with banners and yada, yada, yada. But this morning we were hit with a curveball because we had to keep Teddy home, we had to keep Slick home because of what's going on around us. So things have changed. So what you're seeing right now is us on the move, making adjustments.
Things changed as we were driving in here today.
That's right. That's why you see me getting up and down. But the bottom line here is we're still here. We are still pumping it out. It's not the best and the greatest of what we're accustomed to over the last 5 years, 12 for me that we've been doing, 20 for me if you think about going further back. But we're doing it. And she's here. And I like the message that you give, because there are things you can do for your family and for yourself to keep up the spirit, to keep up the fight. Once you lose the fight, you lose the war. It's all over.
I got to tell you one thing, because I panic on Sundays. People get the Sunday scaries. I don't get the Sunday scaries about coming back to the studio. I love what we do and coming in. But now cleaning my house and making sure there's food and all these things take me back to places, I guess those triggers we all have our triggers. And actually everyone pitched in yesterday because I guess they saw me going down that rabbit hole. And Chuck vacuumed, and Chelsea cleaned her bathroom, and someone else ordered food, and then all the restaurants closed at 8, and I hadn't ordered dinner yet. So what did we do? We had to find something to make. And in my head, I went to these crazy places of, you were told to get food in the house and you chose not to. You were told to do this and you didn't do it and you weren't prepared. And all this self-doubt came in. And again, everyone pitched in and said, you know what? We put this together and that together. There was food. It may not have been what anyone wanted, but there was food to eat. It's adapting to these things. And you're right, it's the mental aspect. No one's starving. We're fortunate. We have air, we have lights, we have beautiful homes, we've got toilet paper. Running low on paper towels, so wait till you see what's coming in here next. But it's the mental aspect. And Leslie, you work with all of that. And I don't know, maybe today or another day, we'll bring Emily into your view, and we'll do some of that that hand detoxing laser you have.
Yes, okay, I'll show that to you. We'll set that up.
Which I think will be great, because Emily's living with you, so we're not bringing anybody else into the environment, but to show what it does and to share some of this. But it is the mindset. And someone sent me an article over, I guess last night it was, that many people think they were exposed to coronavirus earlier than it was reported here in the United States. If in fact you had, no one's going to know until we do this antibody test, and I'm working on something else I had an email about, then we have an immunity maybe for 1 to 2 years from this strain of coronavirus. Then people can get back to work. Those that were exposed, those that have antibodies, can now get back into the front line, can go back to open the economy and do these things. That antibody test is as important as the virus test as well, because it can open up so many things. But there's so many things coming into us that how do we even just deal with this, Leslie?
Well, you have to take day by day, as we're doing, because as you're saying, there's so many things, so much information overload. And unfortunately, there's also a lot of misinformation going on, right? I think that's usually the most scary, is when you hear this saying, it's safe to wear a mask. Other people say, no, don't wear a mask. And other people are saying, do this, do that. We have to just, use our own mind, what we think is best, because there's, again, that mind. If we think that a mask is going to help us, it's going to help us. If we think it's not going to help us, it's not going to help us. We really have to bring in the power to ourselves again. We have to recognize that we actually own the power. Nobody else has the power over us. And I think that this is really something that's happening also to awaken us to see that there is a higher source. For me, there is God. Everybody can believe in their own, religion, obviously, but for me, there's a higher source, God, and us. And really, that's who it is. It's our relationship between the universe and ourselves, and we are all responsible for ourselves. And I think that's something that's becoming very clear, that we have to see that we have to find love and happiness within ourselves first. And once we find that, then we have strength for the others. And I think this is somehow a lesson for us all.
And Flora's actually listening. She says it's all attitude. But the difference between saying I'm stuck in the house versus I am safe in my house, that's exactly what you're saying. It's that verbiage that we're saying to ourselves. It's our inner dialogue.
It's funny, and I applaud that, but I want to get also to the next level, because I saw companies, even here in Daytona, there's a company that is asking to hire people because they have some kind of film that they use to sanitize your environment, your business, your house, your car. There was a guy who had a car dealership or something, and they were sanitizing your car if you felt your car needed to be clean. It's a new way of doing business, Leslie. And what I want to ask is, because I know that you do the detoxes. I'm a former client. I'm a client of Leslie. I've used it for my neuropathy.
Yeah.
You both have, yes. The bottom line here is, how does business continue? Like in your business, you do the lasers, you do the detox. How does that continue under this model? What do we do? What do we have to do in order to continue to get treated? Because I think that Leslie should be sent to unfortunately, to every nursing and home and hospitals, because the workers in there are beginning to crack. That's a problem.
It's the emotional strain.
That's
Absolutely,
a problem.
yeah.
So I need someone like her who knows what she's doing to get in there. Now, she's offering her services just to the common person, to me, you, and stuff like that. But the people really in the fight, how do we get them to you? How do we do this?
Yeah, that would be great if we could go out to the hospitals, probably even before they start and after they start, like the healthcare people, to when they're done with working like this, to support them in their mental state, and also help them adjust, because this is something terrible for the healthcare to even have to deal with. But patients could, after this, everything's over, patient can come to the clinic and we can help their body adjust better by building up their wellness, doing a wellness, their immune system, and then detoxing, getting rid of toxins such as heavy metals. And unfortunately, with all this spraying going on, it's a great thing to get rid of the virus, but there's also going to be a lot of chemical toxins left over. So we got to get rid of those. Then microorganisms, such as bacteria and virus, they can be addressed through the detoxing. So we're going to definitely put together a program that will probably address this situation in more detail and build up people's immune systems, so that when this does hopefully not hit too soon again, but they're predicting there might be another round of this in winter, that we're more prepared and our body is stronger to deal with this, because we're seeing a lot of people are having very mild symptoms because they are strong, but their immune system is ready to build up so it can fight the virus. So that's
my other question is,
something
Leslie, I know when I went through the detoxing with you, I guess it's been 2 years already, you were at the other side of the room. I mean, there was maybe 8 feet between us. So this is something
Right.
that you can offer, that it's not hands-on. It's not as if you're touching the person, you're manipulating, you have to even be in their energy field within inches. You could stay at one side of the room. That's how powerful, but you don't feel the laser, the light is. And here it's back to the light, right?
Right. Yes. Well, the light is a coherent light, which means that it's bundled and goes straight. So I can point that laser, 10, 20 feet away. It's still going to have the same impact and the same power. So that's a great point that you're bringing up. If anybody's afraid and they don't want that physical contact, then yes, we can do this, just staying, the
You could do
6
it
feet
across
away.
the parking lot honestly.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've done, some things in the garage with family members that you just want to keep safe, but you want to help them. So it's definitely going to change. Everything is going to change, but I believe sometimes change is for the right, because I think everything wasn't really going on the right course, right? Everything that we were doing. So I think this new change is going to be great. And maybe more natural medicine will actually be looked at, a way to detox. I believe that we could have a very big impact if we would detox. So it would be wonderful if we could have a little private study and show people, give us a group of people that maybe, didn't react well, or maybe still infected or something, obviously under the supervision of physicians, but, see if we could work a way out and see if what happens if we would laser detox these people. Would there be some kind of an advantage, or would people heal faster? Or, I'd love to be part of something like that. Again, obviously supervised properly.
Interesting.
And Leslie, I got a question. Do you think that now that we're going through probably one of the most deadliest viruses, I don't know, in how many years, do you think that when we get over this thing, that the doors are going to open to maybe look at different forms of healing?
It would be great. It would be fabulous, because look at what's happening right now. The hospitals are overloaded. They can't deal with this. So instead of, unfortunately, having to make choices, can I help this person or not? It would be wonderful to say, you know what, why don't we split this up between naturopathics and natural healing, even, Reiki healing or prayers. I mean, there are so many forms of healing that could be incorporated into this. Don't fight this alone. Incorporate us, bring us in. There are people that say even with an energy, just a frequency, this virus could actually be eliminated with a frequency. Yes, you can laugh about it, but no, I've seen miracles. I've seen things like this happen, and why not incorporate all of this? I mean, why not? People are dying, so why not incorporate it?
Agreed. How can people find you? What's your phone number?
Yes, my phone number is 561-405-9577. And we are not at the office, but it goes to our service. And then they text me right away and send me an email with your phone number and your name. And then I get back to you pretty much within the hour.
And you also have the Life Force product?
Yes, we have the Light Force product here that I take every day. Emily and my mom, we take this. This builds up your immune system as well. It's great. I love it. We also have our home laser that we do our wellness every day. So we're just doing the same thing everybody else is doing, just staying well, building up your immune system, taking supplements to make you strong. So we're doing the same thing.
Thank you so much, Leslie. Stay in touch. We're going to hear more from Leslie Carmen later on this week. Maybe every day we start with the Psyche. It's kind of like a motivational meditation.
Right,
Can we take
exactly.
commercials?
I don't know. Okay, thank you, Leslie.
Thanks, Leslie, so much.
What we're
Thank
going to do
you.
is give
Be
Teddy a
safe.
chance to catch up, because she is doing things remotely. So she went to our full screen, okay, and then she's all queued up and ready to
And
go.
people are telling me, I got to tell you, Bev, if DeSantis stops alcohol sales today at 3 o'clock, he'll have more of a riot than people not being able to go to work. That's all I'm saying. So I would find that hard to believe, because even New York, that's considered an essential.
Well, we don't need to look at it that way. They're doing the best they can with what they got. You want to take a break?
As soon as she's ready, let's take a quick commercial break. You can contact Leslie at Carmen Care. Her number, which goes directly to her, is 561-405-9577. Everything has been forwarded. So many things to offer to you, even in this time of quarantine, that can be delivered, that can be done social distancing. Build your immune system, build your mindset, and let's get through this together. Stay tuned. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would listen. It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
Does your business MobiPop? A new way to grow your business. Using a simple keyword, drive customers right to you with just a click. Customers will receive your personalized digital business card within seconds with all your contact information in one place, including a gallery of photos, videos, and clear call to action that drives sales. Promote your products and services, or share a hot new listing with custom event pages and RSVP form, boosting qualified leads. Special offers and promotions are directly sent to your potential customers' phones with text campaigns, increasing foot traffic and creating a loyal following. Let MobiPop drive your marketing campaign. Focus on your business. Let MobiPop focus on growing it.
At Carmen Care Advanced Laser Therapy, our professional team specializes in finding the best alternative laser therapy treatments for your painful conditions. Do you suffer with chronic pain, a post-traumatic injury, or simply looking for the benefits of cell rejuvenation to the skin? Schedule a consultation today to understand how photobiomodulation can help reduce your symptoms, reduce or even eliminate pain. Give us a call today, 561-405-9577. We focus on treating you who has a disease, not a disease that defines who you are. Contact Carmen Care Laser Therapy today, 561-405-9577 or carmencarelaser.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And that worked okay.
And that is our new normal. So yes, we have the capabilities, just like many of the networks are doing. I got to tell you, I know I cry a lot. I'm very emotional. I don't know how you deal with me. No, I'm not. But this morning when we did this test at 8:58 before we went on air, that this worked because we talked about it and we've planned for it, and every week we upgrade a little bit more. I got to tell you, it's pretty remarkable, the power of technology and what we're able to do. Not with other platforms, but you see the clarity of what people can do to come into our platform. If you are interested in joining our platform and joining our conversation from 9 to 10 or 12 to 2, let us know and we will get you the special code that you can Skype right in. It's not a Skype, but our platform, and have the conversation with us.
It's interesting because I spent the weekend putting together a whole week of different topics and things that we're going to be bringing you. But this morning I got thrown the curveball, so we couldn't have our morning meeting so that we could lay out what we're going to do with
We
stuff.
can try and do it for the afternoon shows, though. We
Well,
have some time to upload it.
Yeah, we can.
I want to make soap. I remember in Girl Scouts, and Teddy's probably laughing. Everyone who was in Girl Scouts, one of the projects we always did was you make soap. So I think if we can
How'd you make soap?
I don't remember, but wouldn't that be kind of fun to see? It was like
Actually,
soap on a rope.
Actually, we have a piece called The History of Soap.
That's
that
what
we're
made me
supposed to
think
play.
about it. So I wanted to play that piece, although that piece was quite scientific. Did you watch that?
I saw that. I took that from our affiliate friends at CBS.
And the interesting thing is, and I don't have it here, but Lynette, when she was in with the Airbiotics, talked about this virus being made of a protein, and breaking down the protein is what it needs to be doing. And I can't say this on air, but I think what Leslie's doing might be an interesting study at some point in time to see. You and I have talked about that. And a couple weeks ago, I actually went out, and I said, and there was no alcohol around, there was nothing around, and I said to my family, I said, I know, in my mind, I knew this, and there was no scientific proof that some of these mouthwashes would have to work. And they all went, yeah, right, it's not going to work. But then I got information saying if a mouthwash has 65% alcohol content, now that's the key, is to finding the one that has that, it will work as well as the alcohol and the rubbing alcohols. The one I happened to buy did not have 65% because I think they've lowered it, but some of them might. So it's another option to take a look at.
You need 65% alcohol for what? Mouthwash?
If your mouthwash has 65% alcohol, it's the same. It's not the same, but it is alcohol, just as the rubbing alcohols that people can't find either.
Yeah, but what about the water?
What water?
What do you mean, what water?
What water?
The one from Tracy.
Oh, well, absolutely. And that's here, the 2.5 alkaline water. Been spraying everything down with it.
But you can gargle with it, but then you have to take regular water to spit it out because
Correct.
it's very strong. And you don't want to start getting stuff in your mouth.
Healing
because-
Moments, Tracy from Healing Moments, and she's going to be joining us on the show tomorrow morning, has alkaline water, the 2.5 water, which kills viruses, kills bacteria. I know in my heart of hearts that there are natural ways to help with this. I can't use the C word. I can't use a lot of words. But in my heart of hearts, there's got to be something that will help combat that and break down proteins and kill viruses and kill bacteria without all the harsh chemicals. But there's no scientific study that I have. I know these providers have them, and all you have to do is ask them. And you can contact Tracy at Healing Moments, and she will give you that information at 561-931-2187. Carmen Care as well. She has the science and the studies to show you everything that she's doing. We don't, so I'm not even going to quote studies that I don't have.
Yeah, but we're going to have them come on. We're going to give you helpful tips on how to, everything from staying home and doing things. I got 50 different things you can do, including the new phenomenon, the jigsaw puzzle.
I saw that as well.
You saw that as well.
But then you talk about touching the puzzle, but I think it's a great idea if you're not ADD or all these things. You know what I did on Saturday? Because Saturday I was like, I got this. Friday, I was so proud of what we were able to accomplish Friday, is show after show. We did our 9, we did our 12, we did our 1, and then remotely we did the Florida Love Show at 3:30. He had 3 guests in himself, so Kenny Love did that. Amazing numbers. The numbers have grown and grown, which shows you the world needs love. Then we rolled right into the Momentum Mindset Show at 4:30.
Amazing numbers there.
Incredible. And the verdict was on radio as well as the platform. Everyone did this remotely. Then you did Sex Talk with the Siegel Brothers. We must have done, 6 shows right from here?
One after the other.
One after another with clarity, with clear radio sound, and everyone was safe in their quarantine home. That, to me, is truly remarkable.
And they was not only from here, but they were put on the Beasley Network at 95.3 FM at the same time, which is a trick to do.
Yep.
And it was Ricky's birthday. Happy birthday to the crazy-looking man. But it got all accomplished because it does work.
It
if you
works.
follow directions, things do work.
It works.
Okay? So I also wanted, and we talked about different aspects. We talked about different things. I'm going to try to bring you some tips of the day of how to stay sane. Staying home doesn't have to be a punishment. Look at it in a different form of light. You're staying home to keep yourself safe. It's one of the reasons we asked Teddy not to come in and Slick not to come in today, because we're going to keep them safe. We're going to be approaching that same thing, you and I, as well. And it's hard because you want to do more. You know, this is an aspect of you can't do as much as you want to do. You just got to fight the fight one drop at a time, as we like to say. All the people around us are beginning to close up. I didn't even see Israel today. So if Israel is not around, then it's time to get busy, you know, but it doesn't mean you have to stop.
No, and I want to tell you, we've talked a lot about our healthcare providers being first responders, and they are on the front lines every which way. But you know what? So are the people that are delivering your groceries. So are the Instacart shoppers. So are the Amazon Prime people that are delivering to your home, the grocery stores. They are going in and they are doing what they need to do to get the food to you safely. So I think they are just as much first line as anybody else.
That is true. Well, everybody who's involved, let's finish. I got another one somewhere around here. Everybody who's involved in delivering, keeping foods open. Listen, I saw stories over the weekend. The most famous deli in California, which I never heard of, but it's supposedly one of the icons,
What?
is shut down.
What deli?
Wait,
Oi.
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Oi, that means you've been working with
It's
me
a
too
big
long.
one.
Oi, okay.
It's a big one. But a lot of the restaurants in our area are having a hard time as well because, you know, you can't run a restaurant on takeout. You just can't. It doesn't make any sense. So what they've done is they're using it to feed employees. There's one in, I think it's in West Palm. I'm wrong. I don't know where it is. That's actually feeding first responders. Okay? And I know that Starbucks is giving coffee to first responders for free. And the program is beginning to, let's feed the first responders because that's our line of defense. So that kind of information has to get out there. There were people that were feeding the homeless. You know, we talked about bringing in some people who are working with children that need food.
We'll be bringing her in one day this week. Ted Hodgkinson's, they're working on something. We'll be bringing him later on this week. A singer. So many things that we can do. People are doing concerts from home. There's so many things, and as Leslie said, to be grateful for. It's changing our mindset. Do you have a roof over your head? Is your family healthy? Are you able to fight what you're doing? Are you able to continue to go? Do you have food in your home? It may not be what you normally go out to eat, and maybe that's changing, but you know what? Are you able to still eat and sustain yourself? Are your pets healthy? I mean, there's so many things to be grateful for. Was your business up and running through March? You know what, this has really happened the past 2 weeks, and the panic that set in my opinion, a little bit too early. I'm not saying now's not the time to restructure and redo, but we've been working on this for 3 weeks. Little by little, it's come, and we've downsized and downsized and downsized. Every week we've downsized a little bit more. But we've been able to keep going for the past 3 weeks. We've been fortunate in that respect.
I've been working on this for 6 years. No, 8 years. I always said to Gio that remote is the way to go because you never know what can happen in studios. You never know about bacteria. You never know about nothing. And we've been pushing it for 8 years.
Pollo Tropical.
Yes.
Jane Garcia deal. Thank you very much. Half off for nurses and first responders.
That's right.
And that's a whole nother industry, the home health industry. People who are going in to take care of our elderly, or people, even if they're not, but they're compromised in some way and they need help. First responders as well, they're going into someone's home. That's a whole nother level, and I've talked to my parents about that. They have an aide that lives with them Monday through Friday, but she goes home on the weekends.
That's right. And you got to be careful with that scenario. Not because I want to download the aid or anything else, but you have to be careful. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you are in your home and you go get the newspaper that they're going to put by your door, and your neighbor walks by you, and something could go wrong. It can go sideways on you very quickly. You have to be careful about the people around you. This is why they want you home.
Yeah.
I saw the people who were in Meisner Park, and they were talking, and I get it. I get it. Nobody likes to be closed in. I get it. But if you are 65 or older, I saw that the Attorney General sent out, I got it on my phone.
Right, you got an alert.
Stay home. Because your immune system is compromised because of your age. I'm approaching that age. I'm not there yet. No.
You got a ways to go, okay?
It doesn't matter.
You got a ways to
If
go.
I got to stay home, I'd say I'm 65.
Just tell me you want to take the day off and stay home. Don't tell me you're almost 65.
Yeah, but think about it this way, because, you know, saving a life, okay, you look at yourself, I understand that, but you can save somebody else. Your parents
I
are
know.
over 70,
Yes.
without naming their
Yeah.
age, right? So you have to be double cautious about everything around them, not only them, but everything around them.
I know.
People, food,
I've had the conversation with them many times.
and they're going to tell you I'm Superman.
No, they're going to tell me that they have thought about that, but they don't know how to have the conversation. And that's a whole nother thing. I said, you know, the aide that you send home every weekend to be with her family, perhaps for 2 weeks, she can self-quarantine in your house on the weekends and just stay with you for 2 weeks under the
Will she
circumstances.
do that, though?
Well,
That's the
I don't
problem.
know. And will the agencies pay her? Or can
We don't
she just
know.
take those days off and stay in the home and sit outside, whatever she does, but instead of going home and re-exposing? It's a whole nother level because we have a lot of aides, a lot of people in our community that are going into homes.
And the problem that we're having is, and you and I face this dilemma every day because of people we live with as well. And I love what they're doing. You know, these guys, our significant spouses, others are going into the zone. You know, I tell Linda this morning, be careful, be safe. You're going into the zone. We got her, thanks to our friends. I got her that N95 mask. I said, put the damn thing on. And she says, yeah, but this doesn't protect against getting it. Whatever the science is, you don't know what they're bringing home. You don't know if they've been exposed to it for a month or two. Maybe they're over it. Who knows? You don't know. We
But-
don't know anything right now.
But as you and I have talked about this for weeks, in the beginning, they took offense to what we said. But little by little, just like us, we have done here little by little, he now changes in the laundry room. When he walks in, he's got a separate area of clothes. Before he was putting them in the sink, and I'm like, you know what? I don't really want to be touching those clothes either. Just put it right in the washing machine. Socks too. Now they're saying shoes. Everything, like strip down. We should just spray you down in the laundry. We need the tent, like you said, in everyone's laundry room. Spray you down and then go through the house. And I said, please take a shower as soon as you get home.
Well, I saw this morning that in New York City, which is still considered the epicenter, there's over 50,000 cases, I believe. They are now setting up tents in Central Park. And it's really turning into a movie now. And the problem, I called my sister over the weekend. I spoke to her. She's been home. She refused to go to work because what she could do from home. She's an intake specialist, analyst, whatever you call.
Good for her.
And they don't have the equipment for home. So I got Boy Genius Gio on the phone, and I said, unfortunately, they use a HIPAA system.
But HIPAA has been able to be released from what I was told during this.
But the system is still in play, and we can't
get through it.
Well, whatever. But we just can't do
You
what
can't
we can
access it.
do. I mean, you see Teddy right now. She's on our board, and she's not here. That could be done in the medical profession. If you want to keep those people that don't relate with people outside, there's no need to put them in the zone.
Agreed.
Paramedics, you should see what they're going through. These guys got to bring in the cases. Jeez Louise. I mean, now everybody's asking, where are the masks? Have the masks been gobbled up by the mask doctor?
As a matter of fact, I tagged you on a post yesterday.
I
I don't
saw
know
that.
if you saw it.
Yeah.
Someone, and I don't know who these people are, but we know a lot on social media. Their company has the capability of producing 30,000 masks in a day, and they don't know who to contact. Now, I don't know whether this is true.
I don't believe that.
I don't know why it would be out there. However, if it is true, there are many people that you can contact, and you can always give us a call. That's why I tagged you, Freddie, because I know we've got the 866 number, 866-224-5422. There's a lot going on. I see you've got breaking news on your phone.
No, I don't have breaking news. I just get, I get bewildered sometimes by some of the phone calls and messages and things that I get. It's just ridiculous. But I didn't believe that at all. I don't believe that I got 500,000 masks. I don't know what to do with it. If that's true, then you know something, whoever you are, stop texting me, because if you don't know what to do with it, every hospital from here to Washington State and across.
A nursing home.
And every nursing home and every facility in the world needs the stuff. So if you got them and you don't know what to do with them, then you know something, there's something wrong with the...
And Jane says, and Jane is with Trilogy, correct?
Correct.
Jane says, we're still seeing patients and are working with nurse practitioners and MDs doing telemedicine today to prevent unnecessary exposure, but so many seniors are home alone without supplies and afraid to let them in. That's the other side of it. It gives me the chills, but seniors are afraid, but they need help, and they're alone, and that's a whole nother level of things that we're going to start seeing in South Florida and the elderly population, and perhaps some of the stuff that happened in Italy with the elderly population is you get self-quarantine and you let nobody in, but you truly need the help to survive, and it doesn't mean your mom died in Hurricane Maria.
Yes.
As a byproduct of, not because it was a virus. I think our elderly are going to pass away because of lack of food, of lack of socialization. Again, the numbers are going to be bigger than from the hurricane numbers because things happen in this state and the mindset. And perhaps if you know a senior, leave something at their door, leave some food outside, spray it down with Lysol, knock on the door and leave and tell them it's safe. Something, give them a call, put a note under their door, anything. But I think the lack of social contact some of these seniors are going to have is going to be detrimental as well.
You know, and that's the other thing I wanted to touch base with you. The numbers of infected cases is going to go up.
Yes.
Because we're doing testing. They just opened up the stadium in West Palm Beach, 45th Street, right next to iHeart, where we used to do our show. There's a new ball stadium there, and they're going to open it up. I think they're handling 1,000 cases a day. You got to do it by appointment only, because they're going to ask you what your symptoms are, and then they're going to give you an appointment if they think you should come in. A lot of people are not going to get tested because you have allergies or because you're afraid and you want to know. That's not the way it works right now. We don't have enough test kits to do that right now. You got to be reasonable here. But the numbers of cases are going to go up. That doesn't mean that it's worse. It means that we're reporting because we need to get our finger on the pulse as
Agreed.
how many cases, what the antiviral, how do you know a cure if you don't know how many people you have to cure? I mean, you got to use your head here.
But here's the good news. as the number of reported cases goes up, and if we can maintain the death rate low, that percentage comes down. The more cases that you report as positive, if we can keep the death rate low, then that percentage that they were coming through China and everything is so high, it's different. It's the percentage of reported cases to death rates. And then if that rate comes down, then we're good.
But Dawn, the other problem you're going to have is that people die, right? Somebody's a senior's home, and they fall, they hit their heads, and they die because they're alone.
Yes.
Is that going to be reported?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's
as a
just like
what
what
case?
happened. I don't know.
There aren't enough time. There's no time right now to be doing autopsies and what have you. They're reporting cases all over the place. They look at the body, yada, yada, and then they go from there. The death number is going to go up.
Yes.
And if that bothers you, then don't look at it. I mean, listen, we are in the middle of a fight. In the middle of a fight, you do everything to survive. Numbers are going to get worse. They're going to go up. I heard Dr. Donuts over the weekend saying 1 million people are going to die on this thing.
Did you make that name up?
But because they put him on a donut in New Rochelle. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, they quarantined New Rochelle down for 2 weeks, and the numbers have come down.
They've actually
Tremendous.
opened up the 1 mile radius.
They opened it up, but they should close it up again. Because everybody who's healthy is going to run in there and get everybody
1
sick.
mile radius is they open.
So now they are talking about, I read it in Colorado, they want to give everybody in that town that's normal something they think will work. They are doing community studies now as opposed to individual tests, because they know they got to get this thing going and got to get it going fast. But the bottom line here is numbers scare you. If you hear 1 million deaths, if you hear 2 million people are going to be infected, 50 million, then don't listen. The numbers are going to go up. I mean, think about this, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to happen because we have been foolish in thinking that this wasn't real. Look at what happened in Louisiana. And the other thing I want to point out, for the churches over the weekend, they're here in Florida, holding mass and holding hands because they think God is going to protect. Do me a favor. Wake up, okay? Because you're being irresponsible. Listen, ain't no bigger believer in God than me. I'm not even supposed to be here right now, okay? So don't talk to me about God. Be smart. Stay home, because God will hear you no matter where you are.
Amen.
You don't got to go to church and hold hands, man. What is wrong with you? And I saw that on the news this morning, and that just burns me.
It's interesting because I saw people at church as well over the weekend thinking maybe they were the only one there and they were doing it live stream.
Oh.
No, I don't understand.
I don't understand either. I don't want to understand. You know something? Stop being a knucklehead. And I hold the people responsible.
But I've got good news
What's the good news?
while you're on your soapbox.
I'm not on my soapbox. I burned that bad boy up.
Passover starts next week, next Wednesday night. And Cantor Sharon, I know other synagogues, they are doing virtual Seder. So we are not opening back up people for Passover or Easter as we had once thought with families. But we're going to be doing virtual holidays.
Then I got a concern.
What's the concern?
What do you think is going to happen on Easter and everything else? People are going to get together because...
They're saying no, do a virtual Easter.
There you go. Do a phone call.
Don't
if
you
have
listen to what I say?
I do, but
Apparently
I am...
you missed the word virtual.
Dawn, in the midst of all this in Florida, there were cases of churches open and people
Well,
in the
people
church.
should not be going right now. Do
There
it
were
virtually.
people on the beach still. Are you serious?
You know how hard it is, and I feel terrible that I can't spend Passover with my parents who live 30 minutes away.
Well,
But we're going to do it virtually.
Okay, so I'm going to give you what I live with, because I can't do that anymore either.
I know.
Okay? You should see the pictures. Linda was cleaning a closet, and you see all the pictures of my parents, and I can't hold them. I can't hold my brother. But I'm going to tell you something. If you're not smart, you're going to be in my boat. And that's the one thing I don't wish on nobody. So be smart. Stay home. You know, the thing with the church, God ain't going away. It ain't going away.
Nope.
Just be smart and do the right thing. That's all I say.
100%. And if you have any symptoms, people are writing in, don't be a hero. If you're on the front line, if you're not on the front line, stay home, self-quarantine in another room, because studies are coming out now that people with COVID not only have respiratory symptoms, there are some remote cases that are presenting with gastrointestinal issues, vomiting, diarrhea, all those things that you laugh at me when I went to Dr.
Well, they
Lee
probably
that
took
time.
things they shouldn't be taking either.
No, I just think your body, I think your immune system reacts differently. I think sometimes your weakest point, whatever that weak point is where viruses settle and different things settle. So if you are having gastrointestinal issues, you could still potentially have COVID. Stay home, quarantine, don't cook food for your family. Don't let them serve you. Stay in your room, clean your room, do what you got to do, and go back to your room.
You know what today
Because
is?
it's not just coughing. What is today?
You know what today's show is?
What?
Our 1,251st show.
Congratulations. Now that deserves a bell.
About
1,250th.
1,251 show.
51. All right, Teddy, we're going to put that out. Amazing.
And this afternoon we go 12 to 2 to all our friends who I heard that we are a form of entertainment to some of the senior homes and everything else. You know what? We welcome, and whatever we can do. You know who used to do that in the Vietnam War? Who was the guy with the funny nose that used to go out
Bob
to?
Hope.
Bob Hope.
Yes.
And what a name, Bob Hope.
As a matter of fact, we are in Roku, we are in Amazon. So my father-in-law is in a memory care unit in West Boca. They have Amazon Fire Stick. I'm going to call the nurse and have her turn on the show, see what happens.
And see what happens.
Right? Any of our shows are on.
Our numbers will have over 100,000 families on those channels. But you know what? If we can entertain you, I'm thinking of learning how to play the piano.
I'm thinking pajama day.
Forget it. You're going to beat me on numbers.
Can we have mimosas from home?
Honey, from home you can do anything you want.
You can have mimosas here. You can do that too.
Well, from here I wouldn't advise it because I'm trying to keep everything outside. I got to tell you, our place, for me, is more safe than anywhere on the planet.
100%.
There's nobody around us.
I know. It's
nobody,
totally
we
true.
don't let nobody in.
Nope. The doors are locked, actually.
And I got to tell you, right after this show, she goes crazy cleaning. Everything is washed down. I've never seen anything like that. You're like a giant sterile pad.
I know. And when I get to my house, I just get overwhelmed. But my house is self-quarantined also, except what you bring. It's a whole nother level. And can you panic and let your mind get away from you? 100%.
I
So
can't
stay
do that.
focused. You can't let your mind get away from you?
No, I can't. I have so many things that I want to get forward. I got people, we got hosts, we got a whole week of shows, and they all have to learn how to do this.
But you know what? If we can do it, they can do it. Is all I can tell you.
Anybody could do it.
If I can do it, anybody can do it.
And you know what? If you have a business that's online, if you have stores, we are now offering where we're going to open up web pages.
I have somebody who needs help with that. Did you see
Gio's back in line.
Okay,
So we have to give them the numbers.
perfect.
And we will get back to you as fast as possible. But what we're doing is we're adding a video component to the web page so you can continue to do business. You can put a store in there. Life doesn't end. It just changes. You just have to be able to do the tango instead of the mambo.
There you have it. Oh, and actually, speaking of tango and mambo, what's coming on at 11 o'clock today?
What else coming on at 11 o'clock?
Fuego.
Oh, you're going to do it?
Fuego.
Ah.
I'm not doing it. DJ Fader Joe and Sylvia Jarove will be doing Fuego
We
from
got
the
Fuego,
comforts of
a
their
Latin
home
community.
from 11 until 12 today before we go back on air. So the shows keep coming in, and we are going. And then at 12 o'clock, we've got Your CBD store coming in from their Boca Raton location, doing a seminar on everything that they offer at Your CBD store in Boca, Boynton, Pembroke Pines. Singer Island has been shut down because Singer Island is closed right now, and they will make deliveries to your home, drop and go. Remember, they used to be Dine and Dash? Now they go drop and dash. So a lot of things from tinctures to creams to lotions. So tune in today at 12 o'clock and see Your CBD store and everything that they're offering, and they will deliver to your
Do
home.
you know that over the weekend I was doing so much video work, my fingers, especially these two, I couldn't close them. So I said, you know what? And I take out my little CBD from Your CBD store, put it
Yep.
on my hands, and I rub it in good and good. And I said, man, I wanted to call him because I could not believe how the inflammation in my hands disappeared.
I've got the cream over here. You could not believe it. So tune in today at 12 o'clock for that. They actually also have CBG flour. So we've got a little bit of that left also. I don't really know what to do with it, but
So we got some stuff
we're going to
coming
find out
your
what
way.
to do. So stay tuned. Let us know if we can be of help and of service to you. You can give us a call always at 866-224-5422. You can also send us a message on Facebook, or if you have mine and Freddie's direct number, send us a text. We'll get the information out to you so we can share what's going on in our community, in your business, and still keep you visible.
That's right.
All right, Teddy, fantastic job. She is remotely doing our show. Slick to you as well. Stay tuned. We will see you at 12 o'clock. Be kind to each other.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV